In this video, I'll walk you through Microsoft Access Assignment 1 for Camden County College. So first, we're going to download the file for the Access assignment. This one is called A01p2coffee.accdb. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to download it. I'm then going to open it with Microsoft Access. So it opens in Microsoft Access. As usual, the first thing we need to do is make sure we enable content. So if you see this security warning at the top, where you see my mouse, we're going to click Enable Content. And now we can see the content. Next, we're going to click Database Tools tab at the top, and then we're going to click Relationships. So in class, we talked about relationships. We talked about how a database is a collection of tables. I'm just going to rearrange these so we can see these relationships a little bit easier. There we go. That looks a little nicer. So in this case, this is a fictitious coffee shop. The coffee shop has customers. Those customers can have orders. Those orders will have details that contain products. And customers can also have a sales rep. So this is just a basic database that has our customers, our orders, and order details, and of course a list of products or inventory for our fictitious company. We're going to pay close attention here to customers and orders. And you'll notice that the customers table is connected to the orders table through the customer ID. In class, we talk about the primary key. So in this case, the primary key for customers is customer ID. That's what uniquely identifies a customer. Likewise, an order is uniquely identified by an order ID. An order can belong to a customer. So we have a foreign key from customer to the customers table. So the customer ID in orders references the customer. So for every one customer, and you can see there's a 1 right here in the relationship, for every one customer, we can have many or infinite numbers of orders. And an order, likewise, always belongs to one single customer. Now that we're familiar with that relationship, let's go take a look at some of the tables and work with some of the tables. So we're going to click Close up here, the big button that says Close. And I'm not going to save any changes. I didn't make any changes. And we're going to take a look at the sales reps. So when you double click on sales reps, it's going to open the table. We have 2 sales reps, Peter and you. So you're going to change your first name and your last name to your first name and your last name, just like I did here. All right, so we made that change. Now we're going to close the table. Next, we are going to go into the customers table. So I'm going to double click on customers. Now this time, I'm going to view the customers table in a different way. I'm going to right click on customers, and we're going to go to datasheet view. Okay, so we are in datasheet view. You can also use design views. Design view is for when you're designing the table. This is when you're configuring the table. This table is already designed for us, so we're just going to use the datasheet view. So we're going to add a new record. So down here where you see new, we're going to create a new record. So my new record is going to have a customer name. And this is from your book, so you can look this up in your book. It's going to be Bavaro Driving School. And just so you know, I'm using the tab key to go between these different fields. All right, and our sales rep is 2. All right, so after the last record, I hit tab. You'll notice it automatically generated a customer ID. We'll learn about that a little bit later in one of the further labs. But I just added a new record. You could make up this information. It doesn't have to be the Bavaro Driving School. You can make something up if you like. But go ahead and add a record, a new customer record on your side. So let's say, for example, and this is something that's a little different that maybe you wouldn't be able to do in something like Microsoft Excel. Because this is a database, I can use queries. We'll learn more about queries in another unit, but if I wanted to sort, I could sort my records, for example, sort from A to Z. Now I just added a new customer for South Bend, Indiana, so I could go in here and I could right-click on one of these for South Bend, and I could go here and say equals, so I right-click and I click on equals South Bend. Now I only see the South Bend customer, so it added a filter for me. Alright, so I'm going to close this table. I'm going to say no for the changes, because I don't need to save that. Now, even though I said no to saving the changes, notice Bavaro Driving School is saved. It's only the filter that I was not saving. So we're also going to add a few products. So if you double click on products, I'm going to scroll to the bottom, and let's add a couple more products. So product number 26 is going to be Robusto Dark Roast K-Cups. And product number 27, which is going to be Robusto French Roast. Okay, so we've added a few products. Just like before, we could sort and filter, for example, for the cost. I could go in here and I can sort it, smallest to largest, for example. All right, so now I have it in a certain order. I could also go to advanced. So in the sort and filter group, there's an advanced button, and I could do an advanced filter sort. So you're going to select filter by form under advanced. So advanced filter by form. And let's say we only wanted to see items that have a cost that's greater than or equal to 20. So I can type that in, click toggle filter, and now I only see the items that cost more than $20. And just to give you an idea, I'm going to go ahead and close this. Just to give you an idea, we also have some additional queries down here. For example, this is a query someone created that shows our order details. You'll notice in the order details, it gives us the name of the customer, and it gives us information about the product and where it's, and where the customer is located. All of these different data points are from different tables. So you can see how the different tables are joined together. And this is what we're going to learn about in the next Access assignment. How to do these relationships and set them up and then use them to show information across different tables. So once you finish this step, once you've finished adding your products and your customer information, you're going to click on Save, and we're going to save it. When you save it, make sure you use your name. So when I do Save As, I'm going to put my name on it. You can use a different name if you like. But once you save that file, you'll turn that file in. In order to turn the file in on Blackboard, you will have to enable content possibly. Well, so once you save it, make sure you close Access in order to upload it to Blackboard.